Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about frequency tables and relative frequency. Although surveys of data that contain only one category are interesting, statisticians are often interested in how responses to categories relate. For example, we may want to know how a person's gender affects what profession. So that's two categories they would prefer when they grow up. We may want to know if a person's hair color has a relationship to their eye color. So, again, that's two categories. So, a class of 20 students recorded their hair color and eye color, which are shown in the two-way table below. How many students had blonde hair and blue eyes? So, for blonde hair and blue eyes, you're reading this. We need both the blue and the blonde. So, that's 4. How many students had red hair? So there we're just going to look at the total of 4. We don't care about eye color there. What is the probability that a student has green eyes? So again, we're just looking at green total, and it's out of 20. So 5 out of 20. What's probability a student has black hair? So again, there we're only looking at the hair, so that's 9 out of 20. If a student has brown eyes, what is the probability she has black hair? So here we're looking at her brown eyes. So our total of brown eyes is 7. Probability they have black hair. So that's 5 out of 7. If there are 360 students, how many would you expect to have red hair? So I can use a proportion here if I'm assuming that our relationship is proportional. So I would say 4 out of 20 have red hair equals X out of 360. So I want you to pause and I want you to find X. I would expect 72. So I want you to pause now and I want you to try to answer the questions for number 2 and then come back and check. Okay, so on number 2, the trickiest part is our wording. When we ask that someone going to college is female, so that means our base is the going to college. So that means we're looking at going to college and female. So that gives us 13 out of 29. When we change the wording on that to be someone who is female is going to college, that means we're looking at the female column and we're looking for going to college. So that's the 13 out of 22. So it's really important to pay attention to the wording. So now when we look at B, what is probability that a male will not go to college? So there we're looking at our male column, which is total of 30, not go to college. So that's 14 out of 30. If there are 208 students in the graduating class, how many of them would you expect to go to college? So there we go, going to college, that's 29 out of the 52 equals X over 208, cross multiply, and we get 116. For number 3, a survey was done to determine the relationship between the gender and subject preference. A total of 56 students were surveyed to determine if they like math, English, social studies, science. The results are broken down there. Which of the following is closest to the probability of being a male who likes social studies? So again, being male gives us a total of 26, and likes social studies, that's 8. So we're going to do 8 out of 26. We're going to make that a decimal. And so that's 0.31. So I want you to pause and I want you to try B, C, and D and come back and check. So which of the following has probability of liking math? So liking math, that's just 18 out of our total, which is 56. They didn't indicate male, female. What percentage female students like English as their favorite subject? So we're looking at female, which is just our top, So that's 6 out of 30, which again, we want to make that a percent by dividing and then multiplying by 100. So that is 20%. And D, is it more likely that a person who likes social studies will be female or that a person who is female will like social studies? So here again, we got to separate that too. So a person who likes social studies is female. So that is 11 out of 19 versus a female that a person who is female will like social studies. So female is 30, so that's 11 out of 30. So the top one is more likely. So that's the end of our lesson for today. We will do our last example tomorrow together. If you have any questions, please ask me tomorrow in class.